Tonight on Southwest Local News. The Port Fairy Folk Festival opens gates tonight with days ahead packed with entertainment. Warrnambool City Council adopts a new retail strategy highlighting the Eastern Retail District. The Cobden-Warrnambool Road to receive much needed repairs with some temporary speed limits now in place. And in sport, a big win for Warrnambool basketballer Nathan Sobey, starring in an NBL qualifying match.
Live from Silver Ball Studios in Warrnambool, this is Southwest Local News with Liam Fitzgerald.
Good evening and welcome to Southwest Local News. Excitement and anticipation is in the air today as the long-awaited Port Fairy Folk Festival kicks off tonight. Courtney Watson has this report.
Beautiful weather welcomes the Port Fairy Folk Festival today. Crowds from all walks of life have arrived at Port Fairy and neighbouring towns to enjoy the celebration, tripling population numbers for the long weekend.
Courtney Watson with Southwest Local News, and today we're in Port Fairy to catch a glimpse of the setup magic for the 49th annual Port Fairy Folk Festival.
Casey Chambers, Billy Barker, In Echo, amongst many more are set to perform. Whether a renowned or an underground artist, everyone is welcome on the stages of the folk festival.
We'll wristband, around 10,000 people, 10 to even 12,000 people coming and going on site, and we've sort of had those numbers for the last 10 years or so. We're restricted by capacity at the venue, but there's always stuff happening behind the scenes. There's always planning. As I mentioned, we're about to open the gates tomorrow afternoon for the 49th, but we're already working on the 50th as we speak.
Looking back on the history of the festival, members of the public reflect on its humble beginnings to what it is today and how it's remained the heart of community and unity.
The really interesting thing about Port Fairy Folk Festival is the intergenerational aspect of it, and I just love seeing grandparents, parents, grandchildren up having a dance or whatever, and it's just such a safe environment. I think it's very difficult not to get sucked into the whole vibe, which has been building up over the last fortnight with the volunteers.
The 4-day festival will be running over this Labor Day weekend with over 100 artists showcasing their drive, passion and talents. The estimated 30,000 music lovers have started to trickle into this lively seaside village, with workers and volunteers setting up tents and stages for performers. The artists are not the only ones excited to wow the public. There will be stalls, workshops and special events for all ages. Set lists and available activities can be found online.
Aside from the vibrant festival, the sights and sounds that Port Fairy have to offer for travellers extends across the area, with gorgeous nature walks and locally recommended family-friendly fun.
So what's going on around Port Fairy? What's the sights to see? What's the things to do?
We've got the street fair that runs over the 4 days, which is all the free activities, market. While in Port Fairy, it's really a highlight to go to Griffiths Island, so a beautiful walk out to the lighthouse, definitely worth doing that. Down to Pea Soup Beach, which is a good spot for a swim, really enclosed there, so it's good for the kids.
How are people going to find time to do it all? Do you have any tips for that?
They can't really find time to do it all, they'll just have to come back again next year.
Courtney Watson, Southwest Local News.
Should be a fantastic weekend. Thanks very much for that, Courtney. This week, Warrnambool City Council adopted its retail strategy document. The strategy outlines actions to improve the city's retail sector. Among the information guiding the strategy is a breakdown of where people undertake their retail activities. While the CBD has traditionally been the heartbeat of country cities and towns like Warrnambool, that model has now been changed. In March 1986, a significant new player came to town with the opening of Gateway Plaza in East Warrnambool. In the 40 years since, this retail precinct has grown and now stretches almost to Deakin University and includes major brands such as Bunnings, Harvey Norman and The Good Guys. In the retail strategy, this area is called the Eastern Activity Centre. The retail strategy reports that the CBD creates 5,580 jobs and generates over $1.6 billion in output per annum. The Eastern Activity Centre supports 2,200 jobs, approximately $664 million annually. The CBD supports 127,000 square metres of retail floor space comprising of 416 stores, while the Eastern Activity Centre is 81,000 square metres with 101 stores. One of the Southwest's worst roads, the Cobden-Warrnambool Road, is getting some much needed love. Rehabilitation works are happening on the road in Eckland South on a 340 metre stretch between Curdy's Litchfield Road and Glenfine Brucknell Road, and a 650 metre section between New Brucknell Road and Ayersford Road. Crews are working on the road daily from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. During works, single lane closures are in place with reduced speed limits also in operation. Late last year, the mayors of the Warrnambool City Council, Des Moines Shire and Corangamite Shires came together to lobby the state government to fix the road. Warrnambool CBD will have a different rhythm to it for the month of March. On Monday, works begun on the renewal of the roundabout of Tymore and Gilly Streets. This work has the Tymore Street thoroughfare blocked between Liebig and Kepler Streets. This carries on from the work down in the De Grande Lane over the previous 2 weeks. Southwest motorists are being encouraged to have their say about the state of the roads in a rally in Warrnambool this month. The Broken Roads, Broken Promises rally will be held on the Civic Green on March 21st. The rally is being organised by Michael White and Paul Pov, the voices behind the Hogs, Cogs and 2 Aussie Flogs podcast and Facebook page. This will be the second rally the two have organised, following up the first, which was held in January in Melbourne at State Parliament. The rally attracted close to 1,500 people. Warrnambool has been chosen as the next location due to the Southwest's reputation for some of the roughest roads in the state. The rally will begin at noon. Southwest residents working in any size business will have the right to access work from home laws in Victoria. Jacinta Allen has announced there would be no exemptions for small businesses. The laws will allow people to work 2 days a week from home where they can do their job at a reasonable level. There had been indications when the work from home laws were floated in the middle of last year that small businesses may be exempt. Stepping into a traditionally male-dominated field has not held back Hamilton-based automotive apprentice Melanie Gardner. The Southwest TAFE student was rewarded for her efforts today when she received the inaugural Women in Trade Award from Women's Health and Wellbeing Barwon Southwest. The award was presented at a ceremony at Flagstaff Hill as part of International Women's Day. Women's Health and Wellbeing Barwon Southwest CEO Jodie Hill says Ms Gardner embodies the courage and capability needed to create positive change in the workplace for women. Ms Gardner spoke about her journey to become an automotive apprentice.
I think it's because it challenges me and I actually have to think rather than just do, because every car is different, every problem is different. I always wanted to be a cop in high school, but I needed to choose a vet course, and automotive was open to me, so I decided to give it a go, said why not. If I don't like it, I can always change, but ended up loving it. So at the moment, I haven't really thought about the future, potentially open my own shop. But at the moment I'm just thinking about my career and mastering it pretty much.
Fantastic work, Melanie, well done. The summer season has finished early for a Southwest Communities public swimming pool. A leak has been found in the Dunkeld swimming pool, with the facility officially closed from Wednesday, March 4 to have it fixed. Given this was the final planned week of the pool's summer opening season, the decision has been made to keep the pool closed until its opening next summer. The Southern Grampian Shire Council apologised for any public inconvenience, but says the decision was made to ensure the task of fixing the pool was given the time it needed. New bins have been installed at the mouth of the Marai River. The disposal bins are in place at popular fishing spots along the river. The 6 bins are provided for anglers to dispose of their old fishing line and hooks. The bins have been provided by Zoos Victoria as part of its Seal the Loop program, which helps stop fishing line and hooks from ending up in waterways. The newly formed Friends of the Lower Marai group will work with the Warrnambool City Council and Fishcare Victoria to manage the bins. The Marai River is home to over 80 species of birds, while native water rats also live near the mouth of the river, while platypus live upstream. Southwest residents are being warned to dispose of their batteries and battery-driven devices in a safe manner. The warning comes as a number of fires have been reported recently which were ignited by discarded electronic devices and batteries. Smartphones, electric toothbrushes and laptops have embedded rechargeable batteries. Disposing of these items incorrectly can cause fires in collection trucks and recycling facilities. These items should be disposed of at e-waste facilities. With thousands of people heading to Port Fairy for the town's iconic folk festival this weekend, the Gipp Street Bridge will be a key thoroughfare to and from the main street and festival arena. While updates have been regular about the state of the road surface on the bridge, Fitzmedia reached out to Moyne Shire Council about the safety of the pedestrian part of the structure. Moyne Mayor Jordan Lockett said the pedestrian access was inspected twice a week, with a structural engineer undertaking formal detailed inspections every 2 months. He said a dedicated inspection had been completed ahead of the folk festival, which had resulted in some further minor footpath works being actioned. This included replacing several timber planks and planning sections of the walkway to reduce potential trip hazards. Southwest residents dealing with dementia themselves or with family members have some more hope for the future following the announcement of some new funding. The Dementia Australia Research Foundation has invested $4.5 million into 23 new research projects. One of the projects to be funded is to develop personalised dementia prevention strategies. This will look at a range of factors that could reduce the risk of dementia. Given diagnosis shows it is not one size fits all when it comes to preventing dementia. The Dementia Research Australia Foundation receives strong public support and generosity, with almost $40 million in funding gathered for more than 400 projects since 2000. And that's all in general news. After the break, we'll return with sport and weather. Back soon.
B&B Furniture Plus now stock a range of adjustable beds. They have mobility aids to help you live your life to the fullest and lift chairs for the best in comfort. B&B Furniture Plus is locally owned at 203 Lava Street, Warrnambool.
Bell's Garden Centre has the largest range of sand and soil products in the southwest. People choose Bell's because you can't buy experience, and Bell's has plenty. With bulk product delivery available across the southwest, for your next project, it's got to be Bell's.
Barrastock cares about your dairy cows as much as you do. Our top quality feeds are designed to support the best possible animal nutrition and health, maximising your production through all life stages and seasons. That's why Barrastock is truly made for milk.
Is it time to upgrade that outdoor chair? How's your tent holding up? Need a gazebo for that special gathering? George Taylor Stores carry all the summertime essentials that you need to make this summer the best. We'll answer your questions and have you ready in no time at George Taylor Stores.
Lava Street Veterinary Clinic, caring for Warrnambool's pets in our state-of-the-art family-run facility. This December, get 20% off all cat desexing and finish the year with healthy, happy pets. Visit 1051 Raglan Parade.
Tonight's sport is proudly brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Warrnambool and Timboon. Getting the most out of your farm. Contact the team today.
Welcome back, and first making news in sport, Nathan Sobey has continued where it left off in the NBL home and away season with a dominant first finals performance. The Warrnambool Exports starred for South East Melbourne Phoenix in its seeding qualifying win over the Perth Wildcats last night at John Cain Arena. Sobey was in fine form, shooting 24 points and 7 assists as Phoenix came home with a 111-94 point win. The Phoenix have advanced to the playoff stage where they will take on the Adelaide 36ers. This will be a best of 3 game series beginning in Adelaide on Tuesday. The winners of this series will advance to the Championship Series.
It's kind of just taking care of what's in front of us, just kind of being in the moment, understanding the situation and the possibility of playing in a playoff series, and guys accepted that and really embraced the moment. And I think, like Josh said, there was a few guys that really set the tone early for us and got us on the front foot and made things difficult for them, and we were able to kind of carry some momentum out of that.
Great stuff, Sobes. Former South Warrnambool and East Warrnambool junior Jamara Ugle-Hagan will have to wait a little longer for his Gold Coast Suns debut. Despite an impressive pre-season, Ugle-Hagan has not been named in the Suns team to face Geelong tonight. Suns coach Damien Hardwick says while Ugle-Hagan had a strong pre-season, he had not played AFL football for over 400 days. He says the club was excited about his progress and was making a path for his long-term success. Ugelhagen crossed to the Suns this season after 67 games and 103 goals for the Western Bulldogs. Cobden export Sam Walsh was a shining star in what was a poor start to the Blues 2026 AFL season. Last night, Carlton lost by 63 points to the Sydney Swans at the SCG. Walsh was a star for the beaten Blues, topping their disposal list with 32. Carlton trailed by just a point at half-time before the Swans hit top gear in the second half to draw away to a commanding win. Koroit's Taylor Byrne was the Blues' first emergency. Some of the best Warrnambool and Moyne cricketers will spend this weekend fighting for their 2026 season. Premier Grade elimination finals will be played across Saturday and Sunday. Russells Creek will play Mortlake, while Dennington will be up against Port Fairy. The winners will advance to the semi-finals, while the season will come to an end for the losers. That's all in sport, and don't forget, plenty of sporting action happening all over the long weekend around the region. Warrnambool a partly cloudy day today with a top of 21 and light winds. After the break, Courtney Watson returns for the 3-day weather forecast. Back soon.
I specialise in finding you either your first home, your next home, or your next investment property. All I've ever wanted to do was help people to be able to help them achieve their goals. I'm Teresa and I'm from Warrnambool Finance Co.
Hi, it's Libby from the Vet Group. We are offering discounted standard desexing for dogs and cats for a limited time. Your pet will receive the Vet Group's gold standard level of care at a reduced cost. Terms and conditions apply. Contact the Vet Group, Wollaston, Timboon or Portland clinics and book in your furry friend today. Remember, two's a company but a litter is a crowd. The Vet Group, making pet care easy.
Hi, Ben Cunnington here. When it comes to looking after my property, there's one place I trust, Bell's Garden Centre. They stock ride-on mowers from Ferris, Ariens and Country Clipper, plus small power equipment from Victor, Super Swift, Echo, Shindaiwa and Greenworks. With over 60 years combined servicing experience, they'll keep your gear running right. And it's not just machinery. Bells have everything for your garden, from giftware and pots to bird baths and concrete features. They even deliver anywhere across the southwest. So if you want the best for your yard, head to Bell's Garden Centre. They've got you covered.
Barrastock cares about your dairy cows as much as you do. Our top quality feeds are designed to support the best possible animal nutrition and health, maximising your production through all life stages and seasons. That's why Barrastock is truly made for milk.
Tonight's weather report is proudly brought to you by Anchor Point Retirement Village. New homes are being built now. Book a tour today.
Welcome back. Over the region, it will be cloudy with light winds set to intensify in the coming days. Tomorrow in Port Fairy, a top of 20, beautiful sun for the Folk Festival with fresh winds of 30 kilometres, 1 mil to fall. Sunday will be cloudy with a top of 21 and strong winds. Monday, partly cloudy with a top of 21 and high southerly winds. Shifting to Mortlake, a possible shower tomorrow, a top of 20 degrees with only 1 mil to fall. Partly cloudy on Sunday with a top of 25, strong winds with overnight temperatures falling to 10 degrees. Monday morning, a chance of fog with temperatures rising as warm as 28 degrees. In Colac and Camperdown region, tomorrow a possible shower with a top of 21 degrees and only 1 mil to fall. A cloudy day set for Sunday with a top of 23. The clouds will persist through to Monday with temperatures sitting pretty at a top of 28 degrees. Along the coast in Port Campbell tomorrow, a top of 20 degrees with possible showers. No rain predicted for Sunday, a cloudy sky with a top of 23. Monday, mostly sunny with a top of 22. Today in Warrnambool, a possible shower with a top of 20 degrees. Cloudy for Sunday with a top of 22. To start off the week, partly cloudy with a comfortable 22 degrees for Monday. Rainfall is due to make an appearance later on in the week. Courtney Watson, Southwest Local News. Back to you, Liam.
Thanks very much, Courtney. That's it from your Southwest Local News team for another week. Thanks for tuning in either online or on the podcast or on radio. If you missed any of the bulletin, you can watch it back on demand on our brand new website, southwestlocalnews.com.au. Until next week, from the team at Southwest Local News, have a great long weekend and good night.